Hi guys, my name is Missionary Saidat Omomi. A 500 level student from the Department of Medical Laboratory Science. Beyond what, beyond who I am, I would say I am a girl who is purpose driven, who is guided by God, who is protected, who is controlled totally by God. Because I feel like in this life, beyond our career, beyond our dreams, beyond our achievements, is who God says we are that is mostly important. So my experience with Christ, or will I say my first encounter with Christ, has been a wholesome experience. Because coming from a Muslim background and also being born and taught with the Islamic teachings and all, so I would say it has been a learning and unlearning experience for me because growing up, I actually stayed with my grandmother for like some years, even till now. So I would say at that time, it looked like she was forcing us to go to church. She was encouraging us basically. That was what I'm going to say about that. So at some point, I was just like, okay, let me just do this to make her happy. So I was just going to church as we were told every Sundays. That was when I do go to church at that time. So coming to Priestland after like I think a year or two, when I got to Priestland, I made up my mind. I made a decision that I'm going to take this Christianity serious. So even also seeing people around me sparked that interest in me that okay, yes, we can do this. So that made me even have more interest. I want to know how this is. I want to know how it feels and all. So my first real encounter with Christ was actually in 100 level. So it was on a Sunday, whereby I don't even can mention names here, but it was Dr. Mercy Agomadu that was ministering that day. So she was just like, "Oh, can you all that want to receive the gift of tongues just stand up?" And also, I stood up. I didn't even know what I was doing at that time, but I stood up and yeah, I felt something shift within me from that time. I felt like something has changed, a very strange change, but it was a beautiful experience for me. So from that time on, I didn't even know what to do with the gift I received. I was confused at first, but with time, I started using it. I started seeking God in ways I can, and I can tell that since that time, my life has never remained the same. So meeting Christ has been a learning and unlearning because I've learned how to pray with understanding. My prayer life that was shaky before has, become has improved. I'll not say, we are still in the learning process, but yeah, it has improved. It has been a wholesome experience, like I said at first. But there's something that I really dealt with at that period whereby comparison. Because I'll just be like, sometimes I just sit and look at everyone around me, like, why can't I be like these people? What are they doing? They are doing great things. They are doing really well in this journey, and I'm just there. So, but that time I did not let it get into me because I just feel like when you are trying to look at what people are doing, you are comparing yourself to other people, it masks your progress because you don't even know how far you've gone looking at people doing things. Just make sure you're also doing what you can do. Make sure you are doing your best at it. Consecration, to me, I would say it's you surrendering yourself to God and allow God to use you for His will and purpose. And also, I would say that it's also setting yourself apart for God only. Just like, for example, now when you just got a new dress and you are like, oh, this dress is only for this occasion, it's only for this purpose. So that's how it's like. So setting yourself apart for God only to use it for His will and purpose. And in my work with God, I would say, because there was a time I do listen to secular music. I would say I was living in sin basically, before I met Christ, and like I was doing everything because at that time I just feel like, oh, just do what makes you happy, that kind of thing. So I was engrossed in music and all, and I would say that after I met Christ and everything, it's like I don't know, it's not like something that I made up my mind to do or to not do, but I just found out that it has just not been part of me anymore. At times I would just take up my phone and start listening to gospel music. Sometimes I would look at myself and I would be like, when did all this one start, that kind of thing. But like, yeah, in that aspect of listening to music and saying some things that I'm not meant to say that is not of God. So I would say that it has helped me to know who I am and what to do and what not to do. So knowing Christ as it's given my life purpose and identity. Before I was just living basically, but now I would say I'm living as a daughter who has a relationship with her father. I'm living with purpose, yes, and also knowing Christ has reshaped my priority because things that I, I do think that is like big deal before, but now I just feel like, oh, let's just go on with life and just allow God to be the bigger person here. So it gave my life, knowing Christ gave my life a new beginning, a new identity and purpose.